Hello everyone, this is Introvert Shy Guy and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Okay, so where we left off, I found the Emi arc and we're apparently gonna start doing the Emi workout as I called it, and yeah, so we're just continuing on with the story. I don't know how it's going to go because as of right now I'm not at Act 2, which is of the Lily arc, because yeah, I'm still in Act 1, so there are, oh shit. Fuck, my bad. I accidentally wait, main menu. Yes, okay, fuck. I don't know why for a second there I was like, oh shit, delete everything, but then a second later I realized, oh no, you just go to the beginning. Oh my god, I meant to go to load, not fucking start, but yeah, you know. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm still in Act 1, I haven't made it to Act 2, so because I'm still in Act 1, there are still some parts where maybe I might skip. I don't know if there are still places that I have to skip and everything, because like I said, I'm still in Act 1, and you know, Act 1 I've already gone through, where there's only a few new sections, which is basically which girl you choose, and then it starts Act 2. When Act 2 happens, and that's basically when I know that there's nothing that I need to skip. But right now I'm still in Act 1, so I really don't know if there are some stuff that I might skip out or something, or some stuff I may still read, but I don't know, we'll see. I mean, if I do read something that is the same thing, then, you know, I apologize, but it's been a while since I played it, so I might find something that sounds the same, but I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, today's September the 2nd, so yeah, let's get started. Okay, don't panic. I wonder why it's called this way. Alrighty. The next day I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. It's almost noon already. Sleeping late is fine since it's a Sunday and there are no classes. Not just a Sunday though, but the festival as well. From my window I can already see some people at the soba booth slinging noodles onto plates for people with a craving for low quality food. Honestly, that sounds pretty delish. I mean, like, especially Japanese, like, Japanese food is always the best, so, you know. I throw back a handful of my morning meds and ponder how to spend the day. There will be a few exams in the coming week, but I don't consider those as ominous as others, so I'm not as worried about them as I probably should be. I wonder if now I'm at the part where I get to choose who to go out with, like kind of like last time where it was either Hanako or Lily, because I know that when it's close to the festival it happens, so I'm wondering if I'm there at this point. If that's the case, then I then know I don't have to skip anything. With no urgent obligations regarding education, I should be free to spend the day at the festival as I like. Finishing my morning routine, I exit into the hallway intending to go out and find something to eat. Oh, okay. This I know sounds very familiar. I remember like you go out and find something to eat and stuff, but I'm still gonna read all this, even though this sounds the same, because I do know there's gonna be a part where it would ask you to choose and stuff, and like also he would say a few new stuff, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be. So I'm basically gonna read the entire thing. Passing by his door, I decide to see what Kenji's up to today out of impulse. I'm curious if he has any plans since everyone is doing something. Then again, I can picture him having built a soundproof shelter in his room. Yeah, I definitely remember that. Or possibly something like a fort complete with no girls allowed sign. Even in the bad ending it had that. And with the girls crossed out, yeah, body from underneath. Knocking on this door is likely devoid of any kind of sign. Here again, don't suddenly clicking of it. Wait, the door opens a crack. Who is it? Oh, I think this one's the same, so yeah, I did say I was gonna read everything, but the Kenji part, I know it's gonna be the same. Plus, no, I didn't read it in the bad ending part, but I do know in this part it's definitely the same thing. So, yeah, I'm gonna skip this. I wonder. I'm kind of hungry, but I made this deal that I try to take better care of myself, be healthier, you know. Don't know if I should steer clear of the takoyaki or head straight in. Deal? Sounds ominous, so what are you getting in return? Nothing, I guess. It's not that kind of a deal. You know, Emi, from our year, we kind of agreed to watch each other's backs and... The shrill scream and the expression of abject terror in Kenji's face chill my blood. It's as if I told a Catholic priest I sold my soul to the devil. Her? You sold your soul to the devil and I didn't get anything in return. Wow, what a coincidence. He said the same kind of similar thing that I'm thinking. What the hell is wrong with you, man? Do you know who you're dealing with? She's a public health danger. Do you know how many people she sends to the hospital monthly with her carefully placed flying tackles? She's one of them, a key player in the vast conspiracy that aims for the complete submission of everything that is manly. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I trusted in your judgment, man. I thought we were brothers. You have to call it off before it's too late. The festival, too, it's just one of their ploys. He fingers his scarf nervously faster and faster like he's trying to start a fire, then slowly begins to calm down once the panic attack finishes running its course. I'm going to have to find some place to hide in, a safe haven, and then knock the lights out of myself so that I don't have to experience this horrible day. I have the perfect thing for that. I must prepare now. Don't go to the festival. Okay. Later, dude. The door slowly closes with a low creak, and I don't know how to feel about what Kenji just said. It's kind of unsettling, and now I start to feel doubtful myself. Should I bother going? I've got a book I've been meaning to read. Something about an underground postal system that may or may not exist. It's short too, I could have it finished in a day. But would that be a good way to spend my time? Well, yeah, it definitely would be. But I suppose that it would probably be a better idea to head outside. See the festival? Try to integrate with all the other sideshow acts? Honestly, I should at least make an attempt to keep up the somewhat friendly personality I've had the past week. Maybe get something to eat, my stomach suggests. It's almost lunchtime, I could at least grab something from one of the stalls outside. I'm soon outside, surrounded by various students and people who may or may not be their parents. Every so often I catch a glimpse of someone who clearly just came up from town for the promise of a festival. They're easy to spot. The ones who can't stop staring in behind their eyes, you can tell they're thinking, now what's wrong with this one? I almost want to yell at them, but at the same time, can I deny that I've been doing the same thing all week? A wave of something like disgust sweeps over me, guilt for my own narrow-mindedness. I push the thoughts aside, concentrating on the pangs of hunger that burn my guts like a wildfire. The scent of something fried leads me to the promised land where I can get some lunch. Man, all this shit looks good, honestly. I'm just getting my order when a loud voice interrupts me. It's Emi. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Having lunch? Breakfast? You mean you just got up? Suddenly sleeping all morning feels like a crime. No, I meant lunch, honest. She's not buying it. Brunch? That's not healthy breakfast at all. She snatches my food out of my hand and glares at me. What the hell is this girl doing? Hey, that's my breakfast. What happened to it being your lunch? That's my whatever, it's my food. Emi places her hands on her hips and begins lecturing me. Did you really forget your dietary plan already? You need to be more conscious of your health this time. I fucking knew when I heard the loud voice thing she was gonna do something like that. What about your heart? My heart's fine the way it is, mostly. All I get in response is a roll of the eyes. I doubt that. You wouldn't be here if that was the case, would you? The girl's got a point, of course. But I'm not about to concede it. It's not that bad of a heart. Certainly it can handle a little grease now and again. Yeah, sure, and it handled a little running just fine too. Emi seems unconvinced. Not surprising, as I haven't even managed to convince myself. Maybe, but not if you're sleeping the day away all the time. A devious look suddenly crosses her face. Of course, if you'd been following a routine from the beginning, you wouldn't be in this situation. Hey, I've had a pretty eventful week, you know? For example, I almost died, and there was a lot of meeting people, and then I was on a roof for a while. Which is no excuse for slacking off, you know? A little near-death experience is no excuse for skipping basic exercise. Like running in the mornings. She nods as if something important has just been decided. So it's settled then. You've seen the error of your ways and are willing to adhere to my routine, right? I'll see you bright and early in the morning. We'll be running buddies. You know, you'd already convinced me yesterday that this was a good idea. You don't need to convince me again. Not that I did a good job of being convinced. She's right about eating healthy after all, and here I am ordering up something grossly unhealthy. But delicious. There are more important things than deliciousness, aren't there? Like staying alive. If Emi weren't here browbeating me for my poor decisions, I'd probably... Hey, wait a second. A sudden question springs to my mind. Hey, why the hell have you taken such an interest in my well-being? Emi shrugs and grins at me. You're the new guy. Or maybe because she felt guilty of like, you know, me, like, running with her and then, like, you know, having that heart attack. But, you know. I figure you don't have any friends yet, right? Besides, I've caused you trouble all week, right? I owe you for not getting angry. And I told the nurse I would anyway. Uh-huh, crazy little running girl wants to make me healthy. Well, I suppose there are worse fates. Okay, that sounds fine. Thanks for your concern. Tomorrow morning, then. I figure that ends the conversation, so I turn to leave. Not so fast. Oh, I feel a hand on my collar, and in a second I've been yanked backwards. Hey, no need to be so rough. What do you want now? Emi looks almost wounded by my annoyed question. Thought you could use the company. Her eyes narrow. Besides, you were just going to try sneaking some more of that fried crap, weren't you? Well, I wasn't going to, but now that she mentions it, that would have been a really good idea. I was not. Another glare. Okay, maybe I was going to get a little... The glare continues. Okay, a lot. Jesus, I'm a danger to myself and others, aren't I? I get done agreeing that I need to be healthier and then immediately start considering the next unhealthy habit that comes my way. I knew it, you can't be trusted. Now I definitely have to stick with you. This whole situation feels silly. I can only imagine what passerby think of the sight of me being lectured by a tiny girl half my size. Maybe I should just give up for now. Fine, do what you like. I sigh. Might as well make the best of this. What do you want to do? Emi thinks for a minute. Well, I promised Rin I'd stop by her mural. So let's do that. I confess I'm slightly curious as to how her mural turned out myself, so again I considered there are worse fates. I give a nod of assent and find myself almost dragged bodily through the crowd as Emi races to our destination. By the time we reach the dorms, I can feel my heart pounding. My heart shouldn't be pounding after just that. I take a few deep breaths, willing myself to calm down. I'm one of the most normal-looking people in the school, but I still have to be here. Sometimes I almost wish I had lost a hand or something. At least then it'd be obvious that I belong. But instead, I don't even look sick. Even now, trying to catch my breath, I just look out of shape. Emi looks back and notices my state of distress. You're not going to die on me, are you? Please don't. It'll be all my fault, and I don't want to deal with that kind of guilt. Besides, after the last time, I really don't think I need to see that again, especially because the nurse will totally say it's all my fault. Yeah, see, there you go, it's guilt. Nah, I'm fine. Guess I need to start running after all. And you wanted to keep eating your greasy whatever it was. See, it's a good thing I found you, right? Yes, it was. Maybe. Of course, I don't add that I wouldn't be in this state if she hadn't dragged me across the festival grounds. Further conversation is interrupted by the sudden appearance of Rin. Oh, it's you. Hello, Emi. Hey, Rin, I brought Hisayo along because he was going to give himself a heart attack. Fuck. I was not. My objection goes unnoticed. We stopped by to see how the mural turned out. Rin nods slowly. Well, it's right there. You can see it pretty clearly. I find myself wondering how long Rin's been standing here in front of the mural. Has anyone even stopped by to look at it? Are we the first ones? Obviously, we're not the first to see it, of course. I mean, it's pretty big. You'd be hard-pressed not to see it. At the same time, I don't think anyone's actually talked to Rin about it. Anyone but us, that is. I feel compelled to say something. It looks pretty good. I'm still not happy with how it turned out. But I guess it'll do. She seems almost resigned to... Excuse me. She seems almost resigned to it. I'm not sure what she expected as a result, but I guess she didn't quite get there. Oh god. We stand in front of the mural, taking it all in. I try my best to concentrate on the composition of the thing. It's actually fairly interesting. The colors swoop and blend together, dragging me along with them. There's a dreamlike quality to the whole thing that makes me almost feel sleepy. I try hunting out some of the colors Emi and I grabbed for her. Try as I might, I can't see any Prussian blue. Oh well. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. My feet start to hurt, but Rin doesn't seem inclined to move on. Emi speaks up. Hey Rin, have you eaten? Of course, you can't survive otherwise. What about in the past 5 hours? Maybe, but I'm hungry again, so maybe that means I'm wrong. Emi grins and claps her hands together. Good, come get some food with us. Rin nods in assent. Okay, but we should hurry before they notice I'm gone. Somehow I don't think they'd care. Whoever they are. As we head back to the food stalls, I cast a longing eye over the fried food. No, I'd better not. I'm pretty sure Emi wouldn't let me anyway. We find a nice spot on the grass and sit down to eat our purchases. Well, my purchases anyway. Somehow I've wound up paying for all the food. Surprisingly, my unfried food is pretty good. Silence falls as Emi and I eat, and Rin stares at something or other, occasionally eating a bite or two of her food. I finish my meal first and lay back on the grass. Emi glances up from her food. Tired, Hisayo? A little, I guess. Well, don't oversleep or anything tomorrow morning. We start our morning runs, remember? Actually, they'd slipped my mind. I was actually just enjoying myself. Wandering around the festival with these two has actually been fun. Yeah, I'll set an alarm. You'd better be there. I'll get angry if you aren't. God forbid. I don't think God comes into it. Unless there's some kind of freak accident and your alarm clock shorts out. Oh jeez. That might be a random act of God. Well, don't cause any random acts of God then. A plan forms itself in my mind. It's a plan that makes me feel kind of guilty, but I throw it into execution anyway. Damn it, I've earned a little fried food. And anyway, I'm going to start running tomorrow, right? So the actual routine all starts then, not now. Ergo, the dietary portion starts tomorrow too. Ergo, I mean, I can have something unhealthy today. A sort of final farewell to all the stuff I used to eat with wild abandon before the hospital. Actually, I suppose I should head back to my room. Had some homework to do, and if I'm going to run in the morning, I should make it an early night. Those narrowed eyes. You sure you're not just gonna sneak off and buy some of that fried stuff over there? Nah, I'm too full to bother now. I pat my stomach for emphasis. Besides, you two have cleaned me out anyway. Emi giggles, it's a surprisingly pleasant sound. Another pang of guilt. She's got to know that I'm lying to her, doesn't she? Or is she just that trusting? I feel kind of like a monster. All part of my master plan, Hisayo. Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow morning then. Thanks for the food and for keeping us company. And here I thought she was doing me a favor. Rin nods in agreement. I won't say see you tomorrow because that would be like predicting the future, and I'm pretty sure I can't do that. Okay. Bye you two. I feel oddly glad that I decided to leave my room today. Not a bad way to start my second week here, I suppose. Once I'm sure I'm out of Emi's line of sight, I make a beeline for the food stands and buy some cake. At least it's not fried, right? That's slightly better than what I was planning to do. I still feel a little bad about lying to Emi though. She really does seem concerned about my health. I'll make it up to her tomorrow, somehow. Better head back to my room. Hey, I do have work to do. My book waits for me and I flop onto my bed and read through the fireworks display. Are you watching the fireworks inside your room? Oh, that's kind of bland compared to when I did the Lily arc, but I mean, I don't know, let's see. Eventually all the walking around, or more accurately running around, catches up with me. I really am out of shape. And me dragging me out in the morning to run might just be a good thing after all. It's something to look forward to. Oh god. That is so sweet. Act 2, form. Wow. I really fucking love those animated segments. I mean, they're actually really good. Anyway, so I'm still gonna keep on playing because it hasn't even been an hour yet. So yeah, now we're in Act 2. So that means everything from here on is a brand new thing to read. So there will be no more skipping. So yeah. My alarm's beeping shatters the early morning quiet, and I find myself wondering where to find the motivation to rise. Oh, jeez. This sounds so fucking exhausting. I mean, I can never wake up in the morning anymore. By morning I mean like I don't know what time he's waking up. Like what, 6 or 5? I don't know, but I can wake up at like 11 and stuff. As a matter of fact, actually I've been no, I woke up at 11 in the morning just today. So yeah, that's technically my morning, but it's not early, you know. So yeah.